Okay, so I thought today we'd continue as we have been the previous sessions with basically doing the Tara Sadhana, kind of as slow as we can for the time we have. And then read the Dedicate with the King of Prayers at the end, as we were before. We might change the format a little bit in the future, but for now, I thought, yeah, it's nice to do like that. Okay. All right. Hello from Maggie, who's also in Valencia. I was checking the chats before we start. So both of you in Valencia. Okay. Mary Ellen's in the United States. Tia's representing Kathmandu. And Dilshad's representing all of India.
And my husband also.
Where's your husband?
Dario, me.
Oh, I'm also representing India.
Okay.
Dario and Gabby have been joining a lot of our practices.
Okay, but where's your husband? You have him tied up in the side of the room or something? Chained to the wall? He's not on the screen.
Yeah.
He's down below you? No. Oh, there you are, Dario. Okay.
Hello. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, maybe it's because I don't have it on grid view. I have it on speaker view, so I couldn't see everyone. Okay, now I see.
And our connection is very bad today. We are connecting through the iPhone. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I should try Android. I'm joking. Okay, let's get started. If we keep making jokes, we'll run out of time. We'll just have to dedicate, and we won't have much to dedicate. Okay, so yeah, get comfortable where you're seated. Try to let go of everything that's happened in the past. What's happened in the past has already gone. It will never happen again. What might happen in the future is not certain, and it hasn't come yet. So the only things we directly experience are in the immediate present moment. And if we're distracted, thinking about the past and the future, then we miss those. We don't fully experience the only things we can fully experience. So yeah, try to bring your attention to the present moment. Check that your body is relaxed, comfortable, and then focus your mind for, for a few moments on an object of concentration, either your breath or your mind or a positive attitude. And then begin to generate a bodhicitta motivation, a positive motivation for this session. So it helps very much to visualize oneself surrounded by all the other sentient beings who exist. So we begin with those whom we know we have a connection with from this life, with our kind mother of this life immediately to our left, and then all of our grandmothers and aunts and female cousins and other female family, blood family, extended family, or what do you say, in-laws or by marriage, and so forth. To our left and behind us, all of our female friends and family, and then beginning with our father of this life and our grandfathers, uncles, and so forth. To our right and behind us. Especially remember their kindness. Something to do this session for in order to benefit them. And then think about the class of antagonists. So people you're most prone to become angry with, or absolutely not care about, or wish something negative upon them. So visualize these people seated directly in front of you, facing towards you. Usually a little bit lower, either on a level with us or lower, not higher. Because we need to have space for the refuge field right in front of us. But reflect how, in this life we might have this kind of difficult relationship with these people, but in the past life they've been our mother, our father, our dear friends and family. So these positions change from life to life. So remembering or imagining their kindness to us in past lives, as a family, a mother, father, friends, and we can generate compassion, concern for them. And then also remembering how in this life they give us the unbelievably precious opportunity to generate patience, to see our own ego, to our own anger and short temper, and give us opportunity to work on reducing anger, and generating forgiveness, and so forth. So try to generate loving kindness, compassion, and the wish to become enlightened in order to benefit these antagonists, enemies. And then think of all the other sentient beings, strangers. Generate bodhicitta towards all, the friends, enemies, strangers, all three. So then we generate the mind of refuge. So visualize the field of refuge in front of you with the Shakyamuni Buddha or Aryatara, your gurus, or an elaborate one like the Lama Chopa merit field or something. So we can visualize a very simple way or very elaborate way. The main thing is to feel that the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha are actually present in the space in front of you, are fully aware of you and all sentient beings, looking upon you all with great kindness and concern, the affection of a loving parent. And then remember the sufferings of, especially the lower realms, that we can easily take rebirth into the next life after we die. But all of the suffering of samsara in general, of oneself, and then of others. The oceans of samsaric suffering have no beginning. And then reflect how the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha have the ability to protect us from this, to lead us to freedom from this. And thereby protect us, especially by teaching the Four Noble Truths based on their own experience. So the Buddha is the teacher, the Dharma is what he teaches, and then the realization of the truth of that which he teaches, and then the Sangha community is like the nurses who help us put into practice the doctor's advice. So then I'll share my screen and we can read this. This first verse of refuge from the Lama prayer. Okay, so we'll go for refuge with these words. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and Lord of all supreme beings. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and Lord of all supreme beings. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and Lord of all supreme beings. Then we can read the rest of this Lama prayer today. Please, Guru Buddhas, bestow on me the ability to unify my mind with the Dharma and be successful in practicing Dharma in order to achieve the graduated path. May no hindrances occur while achieving this path. Please bless me to realize that I have received a perfect human rebirth, which is highly meaningful, for many reasons difficult to obtain, but perishable, transient, and fragile, decaying in the shortest moment because of its changeable nature. Thus, my death is definite, but its actual time is most indefinite. And after death, I'm far more likely to be reborn in the lower suffering realms, having created infinitely more negative than positive karma in this and all previous lives. Please bless me to comprehend how incredibly unendurable is the suffering of the lower realms, and that I might take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha with all my heart, and realize the evolution of karma in all its profundity, that I might perform only virtuous actions and abandon all negative actions. And then a prayer of the practitioner of middling capacity. By practicing this way, I will be reborn in the upper realms, but will still have to experience unlimited samsaric suffering because of uncontrolled delusion and karma. Please bless me to realize fully the evolution of samsara from uncontrolled rebirth to death to rebirth, and to follow day and night the three higher trainings of the path: higher conduct, higher concentration, and higher wisdom, which are the main methods to release me from samsara. And then the prayer of the practitioner of highest capacity. But as each sentient being has been my mother, and as most of them are in extreme suffering, please bless me to bring success to all by renouncing the perfect happiness of self and practicing the Bodhisattva's deeds of the six perfections, with the Bodhisattva's mind of exchanging self with others on the basis of the equanimity meditation. Thus shall I have no sorrow and experience in the samsaric suffering of all other sentient beings for no matter how long, having trained my mind in the general path and the Vajrayana path. Please bless me to follow the quick Vajrayana teachings by feeling sentient beings suffering very unimaginably unbearable for even the shortest moment as my own, and to achieve the attainment of Shakyamuni Buddha immediately at this very moment by keeping my ordinations and the instructions of the Guru with the best and highest care in life for the sole purpose of enlightening all sentient beings. So reflect briefly on the meaning of that Lamrim prayer, or whatever understanding of the entire Lamrim you have. Okay, so let's do the actual sadhana now. So first we visualize the Guru, and with the Guru's heart, Tara, green Tara, green Tara's heart, the seed syllable, Tara, the letter Tam. Above the crown of my head, I visualize a lotus and moon disk. Upon these is the great treasury of compassion, Arya Tara, mother of all enlightened beings, who is oneness with my kind root Guru. My Guru is seated in the full lotus position within a transparent sphere of rainbow-colored light, has a pink complexion, and wears the saffron robes of the monk, and a pandit's hat. His right hand is at his heart in the gesture of teaching the Dharma, and holds a vajra and the stem of a white lotus that blossoms beside his right ear. His left hand rests on his hip with the palm up and holding a bell and the stem of another white lotus that blossoms beside his left ear. So visualize your Guru for a moment. You mainly feel that your Guru is actually in the space above your head, appearing in their ordinary human aspect in the way just described. And remember the Guru's kindness to you, teaching you, giving you advice, giving initiations, oral instructions. and giving and being a role model by living and acting in accordance with what they teach. So the ability to practice this, do this Tara practice is the Guru's kindness. But my Guru's heart is Arya Tara in female aspect, green in color, and seated in the dancing posture within a rainbow sphere of light. Her left leg is bent up and her right leg is outstretched. Her left hand is at her heart in the mudra symbolizing the triple gem and holding the stem of a blue utpali flower. Her right hand, so that's her left hand, is at her heart, right? Holding the stem of a blue utpali flower. Her right hand is extended over her right knee with the palm face up and the forefinger, the pointer finger and the thumb touching in the mudra of granting sublime realizations. She is beautifully adorned with jeweled ornaments like crown, necklace, earrings, bracelets, armlets, anklets, a belt, a jeweled belt, kind of sash, and beautiful silken scarves kind of flowing around. She is beautifully adorned with jeweled ornaments and scarves, and at her three places, which means her crown, her heart, and throat, bears the syllables Om, Ah, and Hum. At her heart is a lotus, so in the center of her, the central channel, in the center of her heart chakra, is a lotus and moon seed, very tiny, like the size of a half of a pea. Right? There's a lotus and a moon seed upon which stands a radiant green syllable Tam, so that would be about the size of a grain of rice. Tam. Rays of green light radiate in all directions from the Tam and invoke all the enlightened beings of the 10 directions. They are all absorbed into the Guru and Tara and the Tam and become one. Right? So visualize this Tara at the Guru's heart, above your head. At her heart is very tiny lotus and moon disc upon which is the syllable Tam. From that, brilliant light rays radiate out throughout the universe, invoking the blessing of all the Buddhas. And they all issue forth light rays and emanations of themselves, which is absorbed in the Guru and Tara and the Tam. So they all become one essence. And remember how they're all dependent originations, dependently arising phenomena, and therefore empty of the slightest atom of inherent existence, or empty of existence from the inside. Himself, the Guru, Tara, all the Buddhas, all the sentient beings seated around us are all empty of inherent existence. So then we make a heartfelt prayer. Please remain above my head until I receive enlightenment. Okay, now we recite the actual refuge and bodhicitta prayer. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly by my merit from giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly by my merit from giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly by my merit from giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. So regenerate the attitudes of refuge and bodhicitta and great compassion and loving kindness for all sentient beings. And then we offer the 7 limb prayer. With my body, speech, and mind, I devoutly prostrate. I offer all offerings, both real and imagined. All sins and offenses amassed from beginningless time, I confess, to generate the power of regret and the power of restraint. And then I rejoice in all virtuous actions of all holy and ordinary beings. And then the requests. O Gurus and Buddhas, please remain until samsara ends and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. All my virtues and those of all others I dedicate to the great enlightenment. I'm going to offer a short mandala. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, aversion, and ignorance, friends, enemies, and strangers, and my body, wealth, and enjoyments. Without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from the 3 poisons. I'm going to make these 4 requests for the Buddhas to bless our body, speech, and mind. I'm tired of seeing this note there, so I'm going to eliminate it. Okay, so first requesting Tara, the Guru, Tara, to bless our body. Please bless me to purify all obscurations of my body so that I will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra body. So make a request from your heart. And then visualize white light emanates from the Om at Arya Tara's brow and curves in an arc into my brow. My body is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with the Guru Tara's holy Vajra body. So think about emptiness, bodhicitta. Visualize this white light coming from Tara's brow, entering your brow, filling your entire body, purifying all obscurations of your body and blessing it to become one with Tara, Guru Tara's holy Vajra body. Vajra means basically it's in the nature of emptiness, empty of existing from its own side, has arisen from bodhicitta and experiences great bliss, unified with the wisdom realizing emptiness. So then, same for the speech. Request, please bless me to purify all obscurations of my speech so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. So imagine how amazing if your speech could be one with Tara's speech. It's so beneficial to countless beings. And then visualize red light emanates from the Ah at Arya Tara's throat and curves in an arc into my throat. My speech is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. And request for the mind. Please bless me to purify all obscurations of my mind so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. So imagine what Arya Tara, Guru Tara's holy mind is like. Imagine what His Holiness Dalai Lama, Lama's Rinpoche's minds are like. What Shakyamuni Buddha's mind is like. Filled with generosity, patience, enthusiasm, energy, compassion, wisdom. And then visualize blue light emanates from the hum at Aryatara's heart and curves in an arc into my heart. My mind is purified of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. And then the body, speech, and mind together. The request, please bless me to purify all delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience, so that my body, speech, and mind will become one with Guru Tara's holy body, speech, and mind. The request. And then visualize. Now the three colored beams emanate simultaneously from the Om syllables, curving in an arc and entering my three places, completely purifying all my delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience. My body, speech, and mind become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. Then my root Guru dissolves into Aryatara, who then melts into green light, very brilliant, beautiful, blissful green light, which flows into me. Instantly, my wrong conceptions that I and all other phenomena are self-existent or existent from their own side, together with my dualistic mind and its views, disappear, becoming completely empty. Not even a trace of them remains. So visualize everything. Your view of everything changes such that you see everything yourself, the Guru, Aryatara, enlightenment, all of the sentient beings, the inanimate environment. Everything you see as its ultimate nature, being empty of existing from its own side, empty of independent existence or inherent existence. And melt into you, and everything else melts into emptiness. Then I concentrate single-pointedly in this empty state with the wisdom that is indistinguishably one with Guru Tara's blissful, omniscient mind. So this kind of mind, seeing everything as empty of inherent existence, we want to try to maintain this some degree of this mind for the rest of the sadhana. So this is like the sphere, the pure sphere. It's like we purified everything of ignorance, the root cause of samsara. So this is the pure sphere in which everything else that happens in the sadhana arises as like a pure illusory dance of light, like a display of lights in this sphere of emptiness, wisdom realizing emptiness, bliss, which is blissful. Then out of that emptiness, so compelled by great compassion, bodhicitta, my wisdom manifests instantly as Aryatara's holy body, seated upon a lotus and a moon cushion. At my heart is another lotus and moon, upon which in the center. So here again, if you have the initiation in Tara, you visualize that you are Tara, you arise as Tara. If you don't have the initiation, you should just visualize in the space in front or in the space above you. Okay, so at Tara's heart is another lotus. Right, so there's Tara sitting up on a lotus in one seat. At Tara's heart is another lotus in one seat. So again, like the size of half of a pea, with the flat side up, upon which in the center stands the syllable tam, surrounded in a clockwise direction by the syllables of the mantra Om Taritu Taritu Swaha. The Tam and the mantra are manifestations of Guru Tara's holy mind, with which my mind is totally united. So clearly visualize that for a moment. So in the sphere of emptiness and wisdom realizing emptiness, which is a very blissful mind, totally mixed with great compassion, bodhicitta, observing all sentient beings. And this is Tara, very beautiful, as described before. And at Tara's heart is letter Tam, surrounded by the letters of the mantra Om Tari Tutari Tere Swaha. So usually when you visualize a deity, it's recommended to scan, first visualize the whole image briefly, and then scan down from the very crown of the head, gradually scanning down, trying to fill in, recall the details. So the main thing is not, the most important thing is not to get a visual image. We do try to get a visual image, but to actually just have a certainty about this is what is there. These are the details that there are. How's the hair? What are for Tara, the different jewel ornaments in the hair, the crown? How does the crown look? And then the ears, the forehead, the eyes, and eyebrows, eyelashes. Even what are the colors of in the eye, the pupil, and the iris, in the nose, in the mouth, chin, cheeks, neck. So then scan down through the body, just for a minute or so, filling in as many details as you can, down to the bottom of the feet. And then stop analyzing like that and just try to generate again a whole image and just try to focus your attention there single pointedly. So then as your sense of what you're trying to focus on, the whole image of Tara, if it fades, then you scan again, right? So this time we can scan from the bottom of the feet up to the crown of the head. And sometimes kind of zoom out, kind of broaden your view. You can look from, the front, the back, different directions. And then sometimes zoom in and look at, the mantra and the seed syllable in the heart. So again, scan through the whole visualization a little bit for, 30 seconds. In this case, we don't have much time. And then again, stop analyzing and just try to, if there's one part of the image that especially appears clearly, you can focus your attention just on that. Otherwise, you can just try to focus your attention on the whole image, and whatever appears, even if it's just a blob of green light or something, just focus your attention on that and try to experience it in a non-conceptual way. And strongly, have single-pointed faith without a doubt in your mind that this is Tara. I'm experiencing Tara. So this is actually the main practice in deity yoga, not the mantra recitation. Okay, so then, because we don't have much time, we'll move on to the next thing. So, reciting the praise to the 21 Taras. So again, as you recite the praises, try to maintain as much as you can, maintain this visualization of Aryatara. And then visualize another Aryatara in front, the space in front, surrounded by the other 20 Taras. So this is the 21 Taras. And then as we recite a praise, one verse of praise to each of the 21 Taras, imagine an emanation of that Tara comes and absorbs into you and blesses you to become one in essence with the Tara. From your sublime abode at the Patala, O Tara born from the green letter Tam, your crown adorned with Amitabha, action mother of the Buddhas at the 3 times, Tara, please come with your attendants. The gods and demigods bow to your lotus feet, O Tara, you who rescue from all who are destitute. To you, Mother Tara, I pay homage. All my prostrate to the noble, transcendent, liberator. Homage Tara, swift heroic, eyes lightning and instantaneous, spontaneous openings, diamonds of the Lord of Three Worlds, one Lord. Homage you, space combined, 100 autumn months at full, blazing with our Ashes band and out of the 1,000-star collection. Homage golden blue one lotus, water bana hannah dawn, ever calm austerities, patience, meditation, herms. Homage crown of Tathagata, is actually triumph with dialed in. Relied on by conquerors children, having reached every perfection. Homage feeling with Dutare, whom desire direction ends with trembling with their feet the 7 worlds, able to draw forth all means. Homage worship by the all, Shakra Agni Brahma, honored by the host of spirits, cultures is Gandharvas Yakshas. Homage with their chat and pat sounds, destroy and close the misery diagrams, her feet pressing left at right, and blazing in a raging fire. Homage to the very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champions. She with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Homage at the harder fingers, adorn her with Riddle mood. Like rain masses all excited, all directions wheels adorn her. Homage, she's so joyous, radiant, crown emitting garlands of light, Merfolk lapping with tuttares, subjugating Mara's devils. Homage, she able to summon all earth guardians assembly, shaping, crowning with their homes, saving from every misfortune. Homage, crown adorned with grass, and moon all ornaments most shining. Amitabha in her hair, sending out much light eternal. Homage, she made with a blaze, like eon and the fire abide. Russian weapon just around you, troops of enemies destroyed. Homage, she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her beats, and scaling with their ladder home now. 7 levels she does conquer. Homage, happy, virtuous, peaceful. She whose field is peace nirvana. She endowed the Doman Swaha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage, she would just around it, tearing foes' bodies asunder. Praise with home and knowledge mantra, arrangement and the 10 letters. Homage to the whisky letter of the shape of syllable. By foot stamping shakes of 3 worlds, Maru Mandara and Vindhya. Homage holding in her hand the hair-marked moon of Deva lake form, with her spoken Tara and Pat, totally dispelling poison. Homage she who gods and their kings, and the kingdoms do honor. Armored in a joyful splendor, she dispels God dreams and conflict. Homage she whose 2 eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon. With twice Hare and Tutare, she dispels severe contagion. Homage full of liberating, powered by the 3 natures, destroying hosts of spirits, yakshas, and corpses of soothing Tura. These praises with the root mantra and prostrations thus are 21. So visualize Tara clearly again, and then we'll recite the mantra. So especially try to see focus on the letter Tam and the mantra garland. Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha at Tara's heart. Visualize all sentient beings seated around. So then visualize green light radiates from all the letters, spreading in every direction. It purifies the negative karma, gross delusions, and subtle obscurations to omniscience of all sentient beings who become Tara. So you might want to think of any special people, who are in need of prayers right now. Yeah, the hell beings up to the deva realms and all, everybody in between. So yeah, we recite the mantra and visualize these purifying lights radiate out. Om Tari Tutara Tura Swaha, 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 Om Tari Tutara Tura Swaha. Om Tari Tutara Tura Swaha. And the next visualization of making offerings. Again, light radiates, bearing manifold offerings to the six transcendental senses. So it means the Buddha's eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body sense power, and then the mind. So the six transcendental senses of all the Buddhas and sentient beings who have become Tara. Om Tari Tutara Tura Swaha, Om Tari Tutara Tura Swaha. Now the third visualization. The enlightened beings are extremely pleased and shower down the superlative qualities of Buddha Taras, holy body, holy speech, holy mind, omniscient wisdom, supreme power, and infinite compassion in the form of a great shower of light rays. As I recite the mantra, I absorb and am blessed by this rain of light rays from all the Buddhas. And you can think all, as well as all of the sentient beings are similarly blessed. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. So visualize clearly, you and all sentient beings have become one in essence with Tara, completely purified of all obscurations, suffering, the cause of suffering whatsoever, and having perfected every positive quality. So all sentient beings are fully enlightened, one essence with the Guru's holy mind, speech and body, and the environment as well becomes a pure land. And all the nature of emptiness. So by visualizing this, we kind of activate the potential that actually exists we create causes for that potential to become reality and manifest. So now let's dedicate with the King of Prayers. So first of all, bring to mind any special prayers you'd like to make, any people or causes you'd especially like to pray for. Just bring them to mind. So may all those virtuous intentions be fulfilled in accordance with your wish. And then let's dedicate with this King of Prayers. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri. Your lines amongst humans gone to freedom in the present, past, and future. In the worlds of 10 directions, to all of you with body, speech, and sincere mind, I bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all Buddhas visualized as real, I bow down. On every atom are Buddhas, numberless as atoms, each amidst a host of Bodhisattvas, and I am confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way, with the infinite oceans of praise for you and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice. I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas and celebrate all of you gone to bliss. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense, I offer to you, victorious ones. Fine dress and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array, I offer to you, victorious ones. With transcendent offerings, peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I have done, with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and confusion, all these I openly may bear before you. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers here still training in those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You who are the bright lights of the worlds in 10 directions, who have attained a Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening. All who are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request, you who may actualize parinirvana, please stay with us for eons, numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all wanderers in samsara. Whatever slight positive potential I may have created by paying homage, offering, and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing and requesting the Buddhas to stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for full awakening. May you Buddhas now living in the worlds of 10 directions, and all you gone to freedom in the past accept my offerings. May those not yet arisen quickly perfect their minds, awakening as fully enlightened ones. May the worlds in 10 directions be entirely pure and vast. May they be filled with bodhisattvas surrounding Buddhas gathered beneath a Bodhi tree. May as many beings as exist in 10 directions be always well and happy. May all samsaric beings live in accord with the Dharma, and may their every Dharma wish be fulfilled. Remembering my past lives in all varieties of existence, may I practice the Bodhisattva way, and thus in each cycle of death, migration, and birth, may I always abandon householder's life. Then, following in the footsteps of all the Buddhas and perfecting the practice of a Bodhisattva, may I always act without error or compromise, with ethical discipline, faultless and pure. May I teach the Dharma in the language of gods, in every language of spirits and nagas, of humans and of demons, and in the voice of every form of being. May I be gentle-minded, cultivating the 6 paramitas, and never forget bodhicitta. May I completely cleanse without omission every negativity and all that obscures this awakening mind. May I traverse all my lives in the world, free of karma, afflictions, and interfering forces, just as the lotus blossom is undisturbed by the water's wave, just as the sun and moon move unhindered through the sky. May I ease the suffering in the lower realms, and in the many directions and dimensions of the universe, may I guide all wonders in samsara to the pure bliss of awakening, and be of worldly benefit to them as well. May I practice constantly for eons to come, perfecting the activities of awakening, acting in harmony with the varied dispositions of beings, showing the ways of a bodhisattva. May I always have the friendship of those whose path is like mine, and with body, words, and also mind. May we practice together the same aspirations and activities. May I always meet a spiritual mentor and never displease that excellent friend who deeply wishes to help me and expertly teaches the Bodhisattva way. May I always directly see the Buddhas, masters encircled by Bodhisattvas, and without pause or discouragement for eons to come, may I make extensive offerings to them. May I hold within me the Buddha's genuine Dharma, illuminate everywhere the teachings that awaken, embody the realizations of a bodhisattva, and practice ardently in all future eons. While circling through all states of existence, may I become an endless treasure of good qualities, skillful means, wisdom, samadhi, and liberating stabilizations, gathering limitless pristine wisdom and positive potential. On one atom I shall see Buddha fields numberless as atoms, inconceivable Buddhas amongst bodhisattvas in every field, practicing the activities of awakening. Perceiving this in all directions, I dive into an ocean of Buddha fields, each an ocean of 3 times Buddhas in the space of a wisp of hair. So I too will practice for an ocean of eons. Thus I am continually immersed in the speech of the Buddhas, expression that reveals an ocean of qualities in one word, the completely pure eloquence of all the Buddhas, communication suited to the very tendencies of beings. With strength of understanding, I plunge into the infinite enlightened speech of the Dharma of all Buddhas and 3 times gone to freedom, who continually turn the wheel of Dharma methods. I shall experience in one moment such vast activity of all future eons, and I will enter into all eons of the 3 times in but a fraction of a second. In one instant, I shall see all those awakened beings, present, past, present, and future alliance amongst humans, and with the power of the illusion-like stabilization, I will constantly engage in their inconceivable activity. I shall manifest upon one single atom the array of pure lands, present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the array of pure Buddha fields in every direction without exception. I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, those lights of this world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels of complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final perfect peace. May I achieve the power of swift magical emanation, the power to lead to the great vehicle through every approach, the power of always beneficial activity, the power of love pervading all realms, the power of all surpassing positive potential, the power of supreme knowledge unobstructed by discrimination. And through the powers of wisdom, skillful means, and samadhi, may I achieve the perfect power of awakening, purifying the power of all contaminated actions, crushing the power of disturbing emotions at the root, diffusing the power of interfering forces. I shall perfect the power of the Bodhisattva's practice. May I purify an ocean of worlds. May I free an ocean of beings. May I clearly see an ocean of Dharma. May I realize an ocean of pristine wisdom. May I purify an ocean of activities. May I fulfill an ocean of aspirations. May I make offerings to an ocean of Buddhas. May I practice without discouragement for an ocean of eons. To awaken fully through this Bodhisattva way, I shall fulfill without exception all the diverse aspirations of the awakening practice of all Buddha fields gone to freedom in the 3 times everywhere. In order to practice exactly as the wise one called Samantabhadra, all-embracing good, the elder brother of the sons and daughters of the Buddhas, I completely dedicate all this goodness. Likewise, may I dedicate just as the skillful Samantabhadra with pure body, speech, and mind, pure actions, and pure Buddha fields. I shall give rise to the aspirations of Manjushri for this Bodhisattva practice of all-embracing good, to perfect these practices without discouragement or pause in all future eons. May my pure activities be endless, my good qualities boundless, and through abiding in immeasurable activity, may I actualize infinite emanations. Limitless is the end of space. Likewise, limitless are living beings. Thus, limitless are karma and afflictions. May my aspirations reach be limitless as well. One may offer to the Buddhas and all wealth and adornments of infinite worlds in 10 directions. And one may offer during eons numberless as atoms of the world, even the greatest happiness in gods of humans. But whoever hears this extraordinary aspiration and longing for highest awakening gives rise to faith just once, creates far more precious positive potential. Those who make this heartfelt aspiration for the Bodhisattva way will be free of all lower rebirths, free of harmful companions, and will quickly see Amitabha, infinite light. And even in this very human life, they will be nourished by happiness and have all conducive circumstances. Without waiting long, they will become like Samantabhadra himself. Those who give voice to this extraordinary aspiration will quickly and completely purify the 5 boundless harmful actions created under the power of ignorance. Blessed with supreme knowledge, excellent body, family, attributes, and appearance, they will be invincible to vast interfering forces and misleading teachers, and all the 3 worlds make offerings. Going quickly to the noble Bodhi tree and sitting there to benefit sentient beings, subduing all interfering forces, they will fully awaken and turn the great wheel of Dharma. Have no doubt that complete awakening is the final ripened result, comprehended only by a Buddha, of holding in mind by teaching, reading, or reciting this aspiration of the Bodhisattva practice, in order to train just like the hero Manjushri, who knows reality as it is, and just like Samantabhadra as well. I completely dedicate all this goodness just as they did. With that dedication, which is praised as greatest by all the Buddhas gone to freedom in 3 times, I too dedicate all my roots of goodness for the attainments of the Bodhisattva practice. When the moment of my death arrives, by eliminating all obscurations and quickly perceiving Amitabha, may I go immediately to Sukhavati, pure land of great joy. Having gone to Sukhavati, may I actualize the meaning of these aspirations, fulfilling them all without exception for the benefit of beings for as long as this world endures. Born from an extremely beautiful superlative lotus in this joyful land, the Buddha's magnificent mandala, may I receive a prediction of my awakening directly from the Buddha Amitabha. Having received a prediction there, may I create vast benefit for beings throughout the 10 directions with a billion emanations by the power of wisdom. Through even the small virtue I have accumulated by offering this prayer of the Bodhisattva practice, may all the positive aspirations of beings be fulfilled in an instant. Through creating limitless positive potential, by dedicating this prayer of Samantabhadra's deeds, may all beings drowning in this torrent of suffering enter the presence of Amitabha. Through this king of aspirations, which is the greatest of the sublime, helping infinite wonders in samsara, through the accomplishment of the scripture, dazzling with Samantabhadra's practice, may suffering realms be utterly emptied of all beings. And then the special dedication list from Shanti. Where'd it go? There it is. Let's see. So for all of our gurus to have long and stable life, for all of our actions to be only pleasing to the holy gurus' minds. What happened? Okay. Shanti, did you just hijack my screen? Oh yeah, the monks
Yes,
of Namgyal.
Interval.
Okay, we'll do that later. Okay. Sounds like you're not going to give it back, so I'll just carry on. For the long and stable life, you have all of our groups, especially as Holiness, Dalai Lama, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, God Rinpoche, Losam Tenzin, Serkan Sentra Rinpoche, Serkong Sentra Rinpoche, Ken Rinpoche, Geshe Chuni, Khonsa Rinpoche, and others. For the long and healthy lives of all of our Dharma teachers, especially Geshe Sherab, Geshe Tenzin Dorje, Geshe Dorje Damdo, Geshe Tenzin Zopa. Where's the other Geshe down below there? Or did you move it up? Okay, looks like you moved it. And also for Venables, Sangi Kadro, Olivia Rossi, Tenzin Namjong, Rabina Kortin, Tenzin Gache, Tupten Khandro, and others. And for the enlightenment, quick enlightenment, and flourishing of all of our benefactors. And then especially for those with health issues, the monks of Namgyal Monastery, 47 of whom have tested positive. And then for Ratin Roy, Sonam Sherpa, Lim Suche, Tenzin Chokden, and all the others from previously. Can you scroll down to the deceased? Okay, and then for all those recently passed away, who are passing through the bardo or have taken rebirth in a lower realm, if they've taken rebirth in a lower realm, may their karma to abide there quickly be exhausted, and if they're passing through the bardo, may they quickly, all of them, quickly take precious human rebirth, a rebirth in a pure land, and meet the best possible conditions to quickly develop realizations on the stages of the path to enlightenment or whatever path is most suited to their minds. Especially Debashish Panti, Saurabh Prakash, Punam Pandey, Vivek Kumar, Michael Simko, and all the others. And then, especially for the success of the projects and activities of all the monasteries, nunneries, Dharma projects, and centers everywhere, especially Root Institute for Wisdom Culture is hosting this session, as well as their Shakyamuni Buddha Clinic and Maitreya School, and then the nearby Maitri Project, and all the other FPMT centers, study groups, projects, and related projects. May they all have volunteers, funding, and whatever else other conditions they need to be successful in their work to benefit sentient beings. And may the Holy Dharma be reestablished in the land of its origin, India, as well as all over the world, especially may Tibet quickly have religious and political freedom. May all the leaders of communist China follow exactly the holy wishes of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, have single-pointed faith in His Holiness. May His Holiness quickly be able to return to Tibet and give teachings all over in Amdo, Kham, and Mari, Do Mari, all the other areas of Tibet. And may we all be able to go there and receive teachings from His Holiness. May there be peace everywhere in the world. May the human community quickly find a way to reverse global warming and climate destruction. And may all the hungry and thirsty be fed, the naked have clothing, all have shelter, and be able to have prosperous, healthy, harmonious lives where they are. Have access to education, be free from violence and abuse. And all those, especially with severe mental illness, such as schizophrenia, depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, and so forth. May they all be free of those. In short, may all sentient beings be free from every form of suffering, have every form of well-being. And may all of our actions only contribute to their well-being and never cause any harm. Amen.
Thank you.
And thank you all. I don't know, what do we say at the end in Buddhism? Sarva Mangalam. No? May all be well.
Thank you.
We can say amen though, can't we? It just means yes or something, I think, like that. Doesn't have to be an Abrahamic religion thing.
Soha.
Okay. Soha, yeah. May it be thus.
And
Any
our
questions?
next session is the same time, the coming Sunday.
Yes. But you're welcome to do sessions in between on your own.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Rudy
Yeah,
Institute.
thank you.